Good day to one and all. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all good. If I look a mess, it's because I'm a mess. Been put through the walls today. You'll have to check out our Travel Trolls video for that. Go back to yesterday's video. Yeah, mad day. Highly recommend to go and watch that, actually. All fun and games, Right, at this point, I haven't really got much planned. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to jump in the shower now in a minute just to warm up after today's antics and get some clean pyjamas on, and then maybe do one load of washing with all my pyjamas and stuff. But in the meantime, we've got leftover stew. Absolutely delicious that was. So I had lots of people say, oh, haven't you got a slow cooker? Get a slow cooker. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of the slow cooker. Don't get me wrong. I've used it before in the past and Dan prefers it, blah, blah. But that's not how I wanted to do mine yesterday. Or the casserole, that's another thing. It's a casserole, I know it is, but I'm calling it a stew. But yeah, I do have a slow cooker, but that I'd already stated at the beginning of the video, I didn't want to be doing it like that. I wanted to do it in the oven. Right, it's not looking appetising, is it? I've got about 3 trays of this, loads of leftovers. Might have to add some extra gravy now today, obviously, where it's sort of soaked in and stuff like that. Loads of pids, but we're just going to have them in bowls today. So I'm just going to get them in the bowls prepared, ready for a bit later on. Yeah, so by the looks of it, there's not much, until that sort of cooks down, there's not much gravy in those. But yeah, absolutely well nice. Now I did check the receipt actually on my meat yesterday, and it was £8. I'm going to be honest, and as lovely as it was, actually, I was quite surprised to how good the meat was. But I still would have preferred to buy a couple of steaks. It's just my preference. Right, anyway, yeah, I'm going to get all this dished up. So no need to worry about dinners today, which is good. There's going to be too much. There we go. Still got a tiny bit left there. Now, don't get me wrong, our bowls are absolutely stuffed, jam-packed. And we still have a little bit of Sweden mash each as well. Look at that, look. Let me just show you the bowl. So this is my one, because I've made sure that Dan's got practically all the meat that I could find. Yeah, so dish up the mash and swede. Oh, that's quite a lot, actually. That's not bad. That's going to do a decent meal today. I'll get that in there as well. These bowls are going to be overfilling. So yeah, it was just the case that I just opted to not want to use my slow cooker for that yesterday. Just wanted to get it in the oven. Right, there we go, that's all that. This is a huge meal. And I still got this to put on as well, look. So I did think about maybe making some more chocolate treats today, but I've actually still got quite a lot left in the fridge, and it was surprising to how many of yous was actually making it as well. So I hope yours went well. Also, somebody had given me a tip to use Mars bars. So at this point, I'd already had shopping coming, so I couldn't put them onto the list. But yeah, that'd be really interesting, especially knowing to how they melt. Apparently, don't attempt it in the microwave, though. If you want to attempt that yourself, do it in a bowl. Bain-marie is what they call it. Is it a bain-marie? With a bowl over a saucepan of water. So yeah, I will try that one day though. Oh yeah, and apparently don't use the cheap Mars bars, you have to use the real ones. Maybe they melt better, I don't know. Right, just trying to find some clean pyjamas. I think I'm going to jump in the shower because I am absolutely freezing. And then what we were doing today with the antics we were doing, turned out that we realised then later on then that the heating was off, so I was all cold and everything. Right, anyway, yeah, let's get those Christmas ones in the wash. I think what I'm going to do is just get one load of washing on. Haven't got nothing else to do today, just enjoy my day. And it's the next day. Good beautiful morning. It's Christmas. No, it's not. In the Christmassy spirit though. Right, I just got to make Dan a coffee, and I'm going to start preparing for our today's tea. Now I know it's really early, but there's stuff I can do for this. So we're going to be having ORZO. I don't know how to say this word. It's ORZO. I'm sure it's ORZO. Me lovely Emma taught me how to do this one. Introduced me to this dish, should I say. And ever since then, I love it, but it's not something that you want all the time. So every now and again, and I've got half a bag to use as well, so I may as well use it. And I've got a couple of peppers in the fridge. Oh, so yeah, I've got to be roasting off my, this is Dan's coffee. So I've got to be roasting off my peppers and stuff like that this morning. And start getting the base ready for it. So it's going to be a chicken, I want to say it's a bit like a risotto, yeah? So it's going to be like a chicken risotto, but it's not. It's chicken orzo. It's actually pasta, and you would never believe it's pasta, but it's so nice. It really is. Something totally different and just new that I've ever been introduced to. And with that, we're going to have, sounds too much at the minute because I'm not hungry at all. With that, we're supposed to be having garlic bread and new baby potatoes as well. I ate so much yesterday. We had leftover stew, and then we just had everything that was in the house as well. Haven't stopped eating, so I've got to watch out. Mazzy, it's coming up to Christmas. So yeah, I'm just going to have a little sup of me coffee, a bit more of me coffee, and then I'm going to crack on. Because I've got to start, actually, do you know what? I've got to start roasting these peppers, so I may as well get, usually the best way for that now would be in the oven. But I'm just going to try it in the air fryer, I think. Stick the air fryer on, drizzle some oil and stuff like that. I need them to get really sort of, what is it? Toasted, baked, charred. But they're not going to really get charred in the air fryer, are they? Maybe I should do it on the hob. So with this recipe also, you're supposed to have sun-dried tomatoes. Now I threw mine away a little while ago, just because I wasn't really sure how long you can keep sun-dried tomatoes once they're opened. Then I thought, well, I didn't buy them this week either, because I thought, well, I've got real tomatoes. I'm going to bake them in the oven with the peppers, and then because all this is getting blitzed down, you see, into sort of a sauce. So I thought that'd be all right. But then I checked on my tomatoes yesterday or whenever, and they were like, oh no, they've had it actually a bit too, you know, past their sell-by date. So I'm just left with peppers, no sun-dried tomatoes. Now I'm going to be honest, the sun-dried tomatoes did actually make it. So it is just going to be what it is today. Right, anyway, I need to get me peppers. Now I've got different shaped ones for this, because I've got a feeling these are going to be sweeter. That's what I'm under the impression of. But I'm going to actually wipe those with a kitchen towel, because I need them to sort of cook down as much as possible, really. And I'm going to put some, I see these would be an awful lot better now in the oven, but I'm not doing it in the oven, Mazzy. Get over it. So I'm going to put some olive oil on that, and I might actually put some salt and pepper as well. So drizzle some oil, tiny little bit. There we go, that'll do. Some salt and pepper. Let me bring you down. You're not missing much, trust me. Now if I had fresh garlic also, that would be going into this, which I do think you need garlic for this recipe. Now the only other thing I've got is, I think it's a garlic and ginger paste in a jar. So basically I'm just using what I've got up today. There's no particular sort of rule to what to use on this. Right, if these don't get charred, what I will do is then maybe put them over the flame on there. Right, so let's just start that anyway. Say 20 minutes anyway, and that's definitely the highest heat. can't see what that's really going to do to it, but anyway, let's go with this. Right, just rechecking my recipe to what I've written. So it does actually say fry the peppers and onion and then remove and blitz into a paste. But this is why I don't want to fry these, so I actually just want to do this first, see how this turns out. I think this could be nicer, but so it still means now I've got to fry an onion. So just one onion is what I've written. I didn't want too big of a one, so I went for like one of the smallest ones they've got actually. Could be too little, I don't know. So I'm not going to fry this off yet, but I'm going to get it in the frying pan, because when I fry this off, and if need be, then I'll chuck those in as well. So yeah, what you're doing is you're making a paste, and in with that would also be peppers and onion, and then remove and blitz into. Yeah, that's it really. Yeah. No, sorry, I thought I had to add the garlic into that. So yeah, I'm just gonna add. So if you haven't tried ORZO, I'm going to call it ORZO, okay, instead of keep sort of correcting myself, which I don't know. If you haven't tried it, please give it a go. I can't remember sort of the price on it. I think it's a bit more than your average pasta price. And if you don't like pasta, don't be scared of it, because, see, I'm not a massive fan of pasta, but don't be scared of it, because it actually is quite, I want to say, like I said, it's a bit like a rice. What's that dish called? Risotto. Do you know how many times I keep forgetting that word? I just had to go on my recipes and check the other recipe. Risotto. I keep forgetting that word. Right, yeah, so what I'm going to do is chuck that in this frying pan, and then I'm not going to fry this off yet, just in case I need to then add the peppers and fry the peppers with it. So we'll just see how this goes first. So there we go, there's my half a bag of balls. To be fair, this is probably actually quite a lot. If this really flumps out, you know, it really sort of biggins. Do you see what I mean? Look, it looks like rice. It's actually pasta. It's really good, strange stuff. Right, this has had 8 minutes. Let's check on it. Okay, this could be working. Right, I'm gonna get me tongs. Oh yeah, nice and soft. Yeah, these could actually be working. Do you know what? Is it worth me chucking the onion in? No, better not. Better not, Mazzy. Let's just do that anyway. I think they're going to be nice. I've never tried those ones actually before, but I do think they're going to be nice. Somebody did ask actually, do I try my food as I'm going along? Well, I do actually. Not always. If I feel like I know exactly what's gone in, I think, I'm not sort of bigging myself up, nothing like that, because I'm not an expert at all, and I'm not trying to say that. But I think if you know what flavours go with flavours and how much salt you might need for a particular, to take acidity out of the dish or something, I think you kind of know what it's going to taste like anyway. But yeah, I do try my dishes. Obviously I'm not going to be doing it on camera. Oh, you dunk the spoon in. Oh, she's eating it. You know, you get all that, don't you? Oh, she ain't washed her hands. Oh, she's using paper plates. Calm yourselves. But yeah, I do, but not always. I'm going to be honest, not always, because if I know exactly how the dish is going to taste, because I've made it 1,000 times and it's always been the same outcome every single time, then no, I don't. If it's something new, then yeah, maybe I would and stuff. But yeah, hope that answers your question. Right, so this dish, you can get quite a bit of it prepared, like the bit that you're going to be blitzing down and stuff, you know, like getting your peppers and your onions into a sauce. You can get all that prepared. You could even possibly cook your chicken and get it to that stage as well, get your stock ready and everything. But as soon as it comes to putting the ORZO into it, that you can't prepare. You have to do that as you're about to sort of dish up dinner, because you can't leave that and then sort of, it's not the same then when you go back to it to reheat it, so to say. So yeah, you can do everything to this dish. Chop your onion, get that prepared, everything, whatever you want to do. Just don't add the rice until you're ready to sort of be dishing up dinner. That's for best results anyway. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm just putting it out there. Bear in mind also what's going into this is some spinach as well, so that will be sort of at the last minute with your hard cheese, and it's going to be all scrummy dumptious. Which reminds me, actually, I'll go and get the garlic bread out on the freezer, Mazzy. That might help, mightn't it? Let's see where me got. Oh, there it is. Garlic bread. And I'm just going to go and grab some new potatoes out of the boot. And what we're going to be doing with those is lemon and herb. What are you snouting around for?
Smells funny.
Yeah, I'm cooking. Peppers down. Say good. Oh, and I've chopped an onion though. Say good morning to my lot.
Yeah.
Is that it? 12 minutes. Let's just give these a check. Maybe. They're turning out really well, actually. I didn't expect them to turn out so well. Oh yeah, I can smell them. Oh yeah, they smell really nice and sweet. Oh yeah, get them back in. So at this point, actually, I think I'm going to be happy with what the air fryer is doing to those. So I'm going to quickly fry this off. So the whole lot then, once these are ready, the whole lot of them will be ready to blitz into like a paste, the sauce, or whatever you really want to sort of be calling it. Right, so let's just get me pan on the go and get them quickly fried up. Now I don't know, let me just read, where's me phone gone? I've got a feeling, or I feel like garlic in this paste would be nicer, so I don't know whether to add that as yet. Let me just have a read. Right, I'm just getting these spices down. It does say once this sauce is made, you dump it into the pan with chopped garlic and chicken. I don't suppose it matters which way round, whether you put it into the sauce or do it like that. I don't know what to do at the minute. Right, I'm going to be using, so you do need some stock for this. So I'm going to be using this one. I'll tell you why. I'm very funny when it comes to very salty stocks. We're not a massive salty family, I want to say. We don't like high salted things. So I'm going to get 2 of those ready because we're going to be adding quite a bit of stock to this. I do have the other stock, the Kano ones. Oh, I tell you what I do have actually. I have a chicken paste stock that's from a Hello Fresh. I could use that even as one substitute, just to make use of that. These aren't cheap, you know. Yeah, I do have the Kano ones, like them ones, and then I have ORZOs as well. I know they're different flavours, but they're very salty. I mean, they're there always, like if I need sort of emergency sort of backup. Right, I'm not gonna be. Yeah, no, I was going to say I'm not going to totally toast that, but I think I am because it's going to bring out the sugary flavour, the sweet flavour. Once I blitz that, that's going to make the sauce nice. Right, I'm just going through my herbs just to check which ones I need. So I need oregano, I need basil, chives, and that's it. So I think at this point, it's Diet Coke break. Cheers! So I've taken the onions off because you can overdo them and make them too bitter. Oh, I thought I took them off. Ah! You can make them too bitter as well, which I've probably done. But anyway, it's all flavour, it's all flavour. This I've put on for another 5 minutes, so it's got 4 minutes left. It's looking well. It's actually looking really well. So that would have had 25 minutes all in all. Right, so at this point I'm going to... Now, I didn't know whether to parboil these slightly, but I think these cook already. I've done baby potatoes in the air fryer so many times, haven't I? I'm lost with it. Do I usually parboil them and then put them in the air fryer? I don't think I do I? No. So what I'm going to do is in a minute then take these peppers out, put them in the air fryer. I might pre-cook those, we'll see, or majority of it, we'll see. Anyway, cheers. So with this sauce, I don't really have a bowl, a proper jug, so I'm going to just do it in a bowl like that. Now I'm going to explain another reason to why I do prepare dinner as well, because come later on in the day, I am tired. I do get tired, and then I feel like, and sometimes then it might actually make me quite sort of not feeling very well. So it's always nice then that come later on, whereas first thing in the morning we all have a bit of energy, don't we? So come later on then, I don't have to worry about dinner as such, just dishing it up basically. So that's another reason to why I do like to get things prepped early in the morning as well. And if you don't ask me why I do it, I'm going to ask you why you don't do it. There you go. Right, get all that in there. Now, I'm not going to wash that frying pan out because that's flavour. Yeah. Going to just keep that then for when I do the dish. Oh, sorry. Oh, I hate that noise. Hate that noise. Right, 3 minutes left on that, and then I'm going to get them chopped up. Well, just briefly, get them in there, and then I'm going to blitz them. So, a food mixer or something like that. I don't have a food mixer. I'm just going to be using one of my handheld blitzers, which works absolutely perfectly fine. So with the paste and the herbs and stuff like that, I have made a decision. I am actually going to be, do you see me? Look, I feel all choked up with things like that. Oh, I thought that was a fire. I'm actually going to put these, I've just read to how it does it. Oh, excuse me, sorry. And I put the blitz sauce into the frying pan and then add the herbs. So why not just add the herbs to the sauce? So I will be adding those to the blitz sauce once it's done. Right, 1 minute left. We'll get this baby all blitzed up. This is just making basically, you know, like the tomato puree, not tomato puree, what's the word? It's basically making your sauce from scratch, homemade and posh. You can just use, let's say, a tin of tomatoes or something, add a few herbs or something like that, okay? But this is adding an awful lot more flavour, obviously. Right, this is done. Right, I don't know the best way to do this. Look how well these have turned out. I'm actually really shocked. I didn't think you'd get like the charry bits on it, if I'm totally honest. Very nice. Yeah, and do you know what? I might do the potatoes on that as well, because that's obviously all flavour as well, isn't it? Right, I just need to, oh look, I put it on top of me knife. Right, just wash me knife towel and get these chopped up. They've deflated now, haven't they? Right, here we go. Where's me bowl? Let's get me bowl there. So the only bit I don't want of that is just that bit there. Just get as much into there as I can. So you're making a paste, it's not actually technically a sauce, I want to say. Just get all that in there as well, because that's flavour, isn't it? Right, I need to get this blitzed. Just plug me doodah in. And you know what? It might actually be easier over there. Yeah, it might be easier over here. If I unplug, I'll unplug Alexa. Right, let's bring you over here. Look at it, look, looks nice, doesn't it? And then remember, I'm going to be adding me herbs to this as well. So I suppose you can use this sort of way of doing it for a lot of dishes, really. Oh, it's escaping. Just be careful, because it's still hot when I'm doing this. I shouldn't really be doing this yet. See that? Look at that for a paste. Oh, that's well nice. Now with sun-dried tomatoes in this as well is absolutely lovely. Oh, it's going everywhere. A tip of how to do this, actually, you could poke a hole into this, put your thingy through it like that, and then you could do, if you know what I mean, and stick this through the centre of that. Anyway, I think I'm nearly there. I'm actually quite happy with that. Depends how thick and how thin you want to actually cook that down to, but I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm just going to add my herbs. What do you think? Base for today. We're having ORZO, chicken ORZO.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically the flavour, all the flavour. Right, let's add a few little herbs. I'm not measuring. I'm just going with it. So we'll be using some of these as well. Also, probably no. I'll probably just. I think the chives will be then just for the baby potatoes. Right, where's my spoon? Give that a mix. So that's all ready now. That's well nice. Right, I'm gonna get that covered. I'm gonna give that a smell. Oh yeah. Amazing. Could eat that just on its own or on a bit of toast. Do you know what I mean? Slice of tomato, big chunky beefy slice of tomato with that underneath it or something. That's well nice. Now you could blitz that smaller if you wanted, but I'm quite happy with that. So personally, also talking about my sauce again though, if I had fresh garlic, right, I probably would have toasted the off in there, like the whole bulbs, whatever they're called, cloves, roasted some of them off in there with the peppers and then blitzed it into that as well. That's what I probably would have done if I had that, but I didn't. I'm just gonna add, yeah, I wouldn't usually, but I am gonna actually keep that oil at the bottom there. I do feel like that's going to be a bit of flavour. So what I'm going to do is add some potatoes in there. I don't want too many because if I have too many then it means I'll eat this dinner again tomorrow, which I don't really particularly want to. Well, you can't actually, not with the ORZO, that wouldn't be very good. Right, so let's do 4 potatoes each max. There we go. Where's my tongs? Get me tongs, and I'm just going to sort of swirl them around in the pepper and oil juice at the bottom there, and then I will sprinkle on some salt and pepper. Right, time for just a bit of a clear up, get it all ready for the next stage. Now, this recipe also doesn't ask for mushrooms, but I've got a couple of mushrooms left over, so I'm thinking, why not? We'll see anyway, I might do it. I don't know if that'd be you though, I don't know. Right, that's ready for a bit later on. Keep that there. I've just kept the chives out because that'll be used for the potatoes. I'm not obviously putting the potatoes on yet. That's defrosting. That'll be ready for later. That needs washing, and Diet Coke break again. So with the chicken, although I'm not cooking the chicken, I'm going to get it pre-chopped, get it all ready to just go. Like I said, it just every little helps, doesn't it? It makes life a bit easier once it comes to making dinner at dinner time. I do like to do my trimming-y bits as well. There we go. So like I said, it doesn't request for mushrooms, but I have 4 mushrooms left over, so I I might just use that, add it to the recipe. There we go. So I've chopped them up quite small actually. So I'm just going to cover that and pop those into the fridge. Cut my wastagey bits off. And slice up some mushrooms now. Let's get another plate. Not a lot of mushroom, but it was leftovers. I may as well use it. So what I'm also going to get prepared as well is just a little bit of garlic bread. Now I can't refreeze the other half of this, so we're going to have to use the other half on a different day now. I'm not going to do the full lot, which I probably would usually, but because we've got potatoes, and like I said, I don't want, I'm going to just do 2 each. I don't want a load of leftovers and just have a separate new meal tomorrow, so to say, you know. So I'll do 2 each of that. So I'm going to add a knob of butter into there and then just cover it with that. Still a little bit early-ish, but I have decided, me personally, I'm going to be ready for dinner or just reheat Dan's. I know I said it's not the best meal to reheat. It's not, but it can be done because we have done it. So we're going to just go with it. I've got the little baby potatoes on. They've had a few minutes, quite a few minutes. Yeah, I've got the kettle on now ready to do the stock. We'll just use that one. Yeah, and we're just going to get ready. So I've got all the bits and pieces here. That's the lemon I use for the lemon potatoes actually. I'm going to do that now. Now if you have fresh lemon, obviously it's going to be a lot better, and just keep doing this as you're cooking. It really gives it a lot of flavour. Now I'm not going to do the herbs until a bit later on, once they've had time to cook a little bit. Right, so at this point I'm going to get the pan on, if I can do it with one hand. Well, I've told you I'm an expert. There we go. Right, I'm going to get that down on a low for now. Let's move that out of the way. That's the garlic bread. Just leave that there. Right, so I've got to get back to my way I do this, haven't I? So what I think it is now is add the sauce. I'm sure this is the way to do it. I better double check, better I? This is my writing, so I have to make sure this is correct. Right. So, oh no, chicken. I did think to myself, well, how does the chicken cook? Right, so we're going to add the chicken first. So I'll pull it in a bag actually, that's fine. Now that's quite a lot of chicken, but that'll be fine. So once that's nearly cooked, I'm going to add the mushrooms. I'm not going to rush that at the minute. So cook the chicken off for 10 minutes, add the garlic, which I don't have. Oh, I do have a jar, but that's got ginger in it as well. We'll see, we'll see. And then add the paste and cook for a further 3 minutes. Right, then start adding your stock and everything. Right, okay. So let me just make this simpler. Cook your chicken off for 10 minutes to start with. Let's just do this one step at a time. So we'll be just making me stock quick. This is a leftover one from a Hello Fresh meal. And they have good quality ingredients here, so I may as well use that. Let me just stir my chicken a bit. Better turn that down actually, that's cooking pretty fast. Now actually, this is what I'm talking about, the flavours that are already at the bottom of your pan. And that's what's now colouring your meat. You can see the colour of the flavour on your meat, you see. So this is going to be full of flavour. Right, anyway, I need to get this stock done. So get all that in here. So I just took the foil off this and smelt it again. Oh my god, I tell you what, that's really infused. Now I would have that like on a brown muffin, toasted, with some mushrooms on top, sliced mushrooms. That is absolutely amazing. Right, let's get back to this. Your chicken stock's looking good. The chicken stock that that you would get from a HelloFresh is going to be really good quality, so that looks like a nice one. And if I need more, then I'll use that one. So I have written down on my recipe, use half the bag of the ORZO when you're doing this, and this is half the bag. If anything, actually, I think this is a tiny bit less, which makes it better. So, yep, just a few more minutes left on this. And then I'll be adding the mushrooms. Right, so now add your mushrooms. The recipe doesn't actually call for mushrooms. Me personally would prefer just mushrooms rather than the chicken. I'd get rid of the chicken, but Dan likes chicken. Now that's a lot of substance there. It's gonna be really filled out, this meal. Here we go. So it's time to add now my paste. Get out as much as I can, that's where the flavour is. And give that a stir. Actually, I better. I'm going to use my Christmas one, look. Stir that in for about 3 minutes. Right, this has had more than 3 minutes. That's Dan gabbing, you see. Right, so I'm going to pour all the fluid into this one. Now it might need a bit more. Now I forgot, I thought I was actually adding the fluid, you know, like how you do with a risotto, but you don't do that with this one, which I totally forgot, if I'm totally honest. So I do hope I've got enough fluid. If not, I can just pour the kettle in there anyway. So bring that up to the boil, and then you're adding your ORZO pasta for 5 minutes or so. Test it depending on how you like your pasta.
For some reason I think she makes words up now and again. Where I've got that from. Gabbing, to talk at length. Granny what pasta woman.
Oh, Dan's come over and he's like, oh my god, he likes it. It looks nice.
But there's going to be one problem. It's going to dry out too much.
Well, that's what I said.
That's how wet I'd like it.
Yeah, no, I'm actually adding fluid to it because I don't think I initially did.
Try and keep it as wet as it was then.
Well, yeah, but if you're reheating it anyway, it's always going to be a bit stodgier anyway. Don't eat at the same time, me and Dan, not always. Right, I've got the garlic bread slowly cooking as well, but it's only on half the gas because there's no room for it. So I've just added a little bit more extra water, but it's now time, this has had 5 minutes or so, it's now time to add the spinach, which you don't have to do if you're not a massive fan. Just flip these over. But yeah, it does make it, honestly, it does make it. And then cook this down again. I'm not probably going to put as much in as I would like because like I've got half a bag there still left. I know Dan ain't a massive fan of it. Well, it does make it nice. And then towards the end then we're going to be grating our cheese. So cook that down for another 3 to 4 minutes. point, I've turned the frying pan off. This is all done. Apart from cheese, I'm about to add that. Garlic bread's done. Potatoes are looking, okay, it looks burnt, but it's not how we like it. So yeah, I'm just now going to grate in some hard cheese, and then this will be ready to dish up, and we'll see what Dan thinks of it, shall we? So let's get this done. So you're going to be grating some of this into it and mixing it, and then just some on top, obviously.
So let me give this baby a go. This is what Emma makes, isn't it?
It is.
That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's almost like ravioli.
Is it? Let me have a try.
Did I not say that to Emma though when she made it? It reminds me of ravioli. You know the sauce which she was, isn't it?
Can't remember.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Ooh,
Try
they're
the
hot.
potato. Is it hot? Oh, they turned out really nice.
They're possibly the nicest potatoes you've made.
Oh,
Because they're really salty and tasty on the outside.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bang him. Hungry or starving?
Absolutely starving. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.